All right, Shalom. First off, I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father's true name, Yahweh Shai being the name of His only begotten Son. Double honor unto the elders and the apostles, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace, blessings, and salutations to all you walking throughout the four corners of the earth, continuing to push and do the works in truth and in sincerity. All right, this is the brother Masha Mayum, one of the men here with the GMS branch out here in the morning camp. Here with another quick lesson and pretty much going into praying for fewer days, all right, and pretty much just dealing with being in the mentality of the Lord speeding up the time, okay, and so that we can get out of here when at the time the Lord has set, all right, but praying that the Lord continues to speed up the days, because like it says in Isaiah 51. Let's start off with that, all right. This is Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 14, and it reads, "The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail." Okay? And who's the captive exile? Who's the captive? Okay, the nation of Israel, right? And the elect are the ones who are crying to the Lord to be delivered. Okay? So this is the spirit that we are to continue to be in. Okay, because seeing that this place is getting worse and worse, hey, we hope to get out of here even sooner. All right, but once again, it's not just hoping and saying you're hoping, but you gotta put on there for as the elect, right? I don't want to say it as if I'm overlooking that, but it's pretty much a lesson in exhortation, dealing with just praying to the Lord, more for fewer days, right. All right, because the ones being held captive, okay, are the Israelites, and the elect once again are the ones who are crying, and praying to the Lord, all right, for deliverance. But from there, let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 2. In verse 13, and it reads, "Go, and ye shall receive. Pray for few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch." All right. So this is what the Lord told Ezra himself, okay? And this is something that we are to continue to do, okay? He said pray for a few days, and I'm not going to lie, I don't do that all the time, but this is something I want to continue to a prayer I want to incorporate, often. All right. If I forget some days, at least every week. All right. But pretty much just praying that the Lord continue to speed up the time, and that this place can continue to be destroyed sooner. Okay. Let's get the book of Sirach, chapter 36 and verse 6, and it reads, "Show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works." And this is what the Lord is going to do in the times to come. He's going to show new signs. All right. For the elect, only the elect when he comes to deliver him. Okay. What were the old deliverances he did? He delivered the nation of Israel, okay? He split the Red Sea, okay? That's a sign and a wonder, right? A marvelous work, or should I say mighty work done by the Lord, all right? And different prophets, in the past, all right, that were delivered. You had Noah, okay, in the ark, all right? Those are signs and wonders that were done by the Lord. But now, okay, the Lord is going to show new signs and new wonders, Verse 7, "Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy." And that's what the Lord is going to come to do. All right. It says pour out wrath, okay? The Lord is coming back to bring, that wrath. Take away the adversary, okay? Being Esau, Edom, continually oppressing, his brother Jacob, right? Verse 8, "Make the time short remember the covenant and let them declare thy wonderful works. And that's the point. Make the time short. All right. Because that's what we ultimately hope for. Okay. Because we want the kingdom of the Most High to come sooner. You know. From there, let's get the book of 1 Corinthians. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 29. And it reads, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Okay. So that's the point. Okay. The time is short. So, not being invested in different things. Okay. Whether it be even your woman. All right. Now, of course, if you have one, of course, continue to dwell with her and do what you have to do. Right. Do your due diligence. What's that word? Do benevolence. Right. As the scriptures tell you to. All right. But verse, and I speak for the men that have a woman. That's why I said you. Right. Verse 30, and they that weep as though they had not, as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. And we can see that, using this world and not abusing it, do what you got to do. Okay, work your job. Okay, get different things that you might need, whether it be for your car or for your house. Okay. Different, perks that Esau, or should I say different conveniences that you might be able to use, to where you don't have to spend too much money, right? Take advantage of those things, but don't abuse it, right? Not trusting in those things, just using it for the time being, but understanding that the time is short and all these things are going to be destroyed, So ultimately just being in the spirit of, hastening, okay, for, this place to be done away with. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 22. And it reads, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. All right. So, continue to pray, okay, that the Lord makes the day short. He already said he's going to make the day short, but continue to pray every single day, Praying every single day that the Lord, speeds up the time, But I believe, talking about the judgments to come, it's going to be a speedy destruction. And, the Lord's going to shorten those times, okay, for the elect. All right. But as I mentioned, continue to pray, But that's pretty much the point, just dealing with that. It was a precept I read over in the book of Sirach, dealing with, shortening the times. All right. Or where it says make the time short. So I thought I'd do a lesson on it. But I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash, for putting the spirit upon me to do this lesson. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all you walking throughout the four corners of the earth, continuing to push and do the works in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.